Rising from the ashes, coming to another exciting video of Phoenix Games. Welcome back to the saddest game ever played in my entire life. Anyway, here we go! Chapter 3, Maps.
時間の止まった私
Only increasing my knowledge, simply increasing the number of meaningless values, simply desiring only information from the television screen. Eventually, the real grew faded, turned hollow.
でも地図を見るのは好きだった
Cars, trains, things that would take me places. I liked them. Spreading maps upon a narrow bed. Tracing route by route. Tracing. Sedans, coupes, convertibles. I also rode on many different kinds of cars. That ever-continuing Route 1, I ran on and on upon it. Indigo blue sky, beautiful shoreline. I ran all the way to the places painted in my dreams. Gently, going around the curve traced by a cape, under the burning sunlight, dashing to the brilliant white beach. Just close my eyes, I could go anywhere. Scenery that I had never seen before float before me as I thought about the lands that I would never be able to go to.
無意味にただ知識だけを増やした虚しく憧れだけを募らせた
The sky where the rain had let up. Flowing by at an amazing speed, high clouds. From the ground, the still damp asphalt gave a unique shh noise. Within all that, as always, we continue driving on. Without destination, simply just driving on. It was the night we were headed to that Shima, I forgot. Shima we had spoken about last night. For one, as a problem before that, we probably didn't have the gasoline money. While pondering about that, I continued driving straight along the unknown road. Where was this, I wonder? Suddenly, I wound up thinking about it. From the start, I wasn't at all good with geography, but all the place names were ones I had never seen before. I had been planning on driving onward in any case, but with the navigation system dead, I knew even less. Before I knew it, I was peering at the sights in the area while I drove. Besides, I don't know. I don't really know. Nani? No, just wondering where this is. The girl spoke to me when I looked around, and I lightly replied. Well, most likely, even if I asked her, she wouldn't have known, probably.
入間よ埼玉県の
え？
次の交差点を右に行けば16号線八王子へ出るわ
You know? Did you live here before?
別にそんなんじゃないわよ
That was a surprise. No, instead of surprising, why she knew so much was mysterious. No matter how you looked, she didn't seem the type to get in a car and go around. Then maybe... from here to that place, Shima? You know the way?
質問の意味がわからない
Well, you see, without getting on the expressway, we might be able to get there using only the smaller roads, right? Look, the gasoline costs. Our money might be enough after all.
あなた行きたいの
No, it's not like I meant that, but
じゃあ聞かないで。
with those final words, the girl once again fell silent. In her usual cold way, she remained staring out the window. I had the feeling that what those eyes were looking at was not the scenery flowing by before her, but a much farther place. Those words, "don't ask," from before. Just what did they mean, I wonder? If I had answered that I planned on going, what would she have answered? Without destination, we simply travel. From the start, we hadn't any plans or schedules. Simply we just hated both the 7th floor and our shallow homes. But for me, at the least just for me, it didn't matter what I probably wanted something. It didn't matter what, probably wanted something to give me direction. Oh. Splash! Crash! It's cold, isn't it?
そうね。
Some beach I didn't know the name of. When I noticed we were headed out towards the sea. I had intended to head west, but it seemed at some point I wound up heading south. A beach with a pitch black sky and a strong, blowing cold wind. The two of us left the car and stood gazing at the dark sea. As always, the girl looked far away with a downcast air at where the black sea and sea merged on the horizon. And then, after watching the sea for a while, slowly she began walking to the water's edge.
どうなると思う？
I don't understand the meaning of your question.
楽に死ねると思う。このまま海に入っていくと。
Her back was so turned to me, words as she continued walking to the water's edge. The third time was the last. There is no fourth. Probably it would come to picking between the 7th floor and home. Seems no one has escaped that. Those were the words the girl had once passed to me. And the girl was on her second. She said that she neither wanted home nor the 7th floor. Already, it was after she had passed to me. Already, her task was over. That's why I thought it meant that. Who knows? I've never drowned before.
じゃあもしも今私が海に入っていったなら、あなた止める？
While speaking, she turned around and looked at my face, placing the moon floating in the pitch-black sky to her back. The gaze that was almost looking at some faraway place was looking straight at me. I don't know, not until that time.
そうよね。
Then, turning her back to me, once again facing the sea, she slowly started walking. Hey you.
何？
Is it that? You want me to stop you? At my words, the girl stopped just a few steps before the breaking waves. The strong wind missed up the spray from the waves, striking her feet. If you want me to stop you, I'll stop you.
別にそんなんじゃないわよ。
Then I don't have to stop you, right? For that question also, there was no reply. However, the feet that stopped did not go further. That was why I thought that was a reply. A high, high sky that can only be found in winter. Ooh. Ooh, that music. Ooh. Yeah, pump that music up. Stained, heart-wrenching blue. With a strong wind that whistled across the elevated rail line. Reflecting that blue sky was entirely clear the running silver tube. I was gripping the steering wheel, and the girl sat in her usual way in the passenger seat. Where this was, I didn't know, but as a more real problem in moments, we were going to run out of gasoline. From the start, we hadn't had that much money, but from purchases at the convenience store, our remaining funds were even less now. Now there was only 7,000 yen. Of course, for this car, I didn't know how many liters it took, but I thought we probably had enough to fill the tank once. It wasn't as if we had a destination or anything, but losing our legs would mean we would be stuck. I'll go get some gas. While speaking, I turned the wheel and headed towards the gas station in front of us. Welcome! Will it be credit card or cash? Cash. Will it be regular or high octane? Regular? High octane. I didn't really understand, of course. When it came to this car, there were lots of things I didn't know. But since I had just gotten my license, I knew very little of this sort of thing in general. What shall it be? I hesitated to speak with the part-time clerk waiting for my answer on the other side of the window. And just when I thought I was about to say it didn't matter, the girl in the passenger seat spoke. Regular. Yes, regular. Yes, regular, cash, full tanks. Will that be alright? Yes, please. Yes, certainly. With a cheerful reply, the attendant began to skillfully use the gasoline pump. From the window, open about 10 centimeters, came the distasteful smell of gasoline. Say, regular is fine for this? At the question, the girl remained silent. Instead, she quietly pointed at the price listing on the pump. Of course, this was a cheaper one. I didn't really know much about this, but I didn't think there was that much difference. And then there was the meter on the gas pump before my eyes, reporting the amount used. 25, 26, 27, 28. That digital display was counting out ferociously. Did I screw up? Looking at those numbers, I began to get nervous. Just before I had wound up saying full tank on a whim. But the amount of money we had on hand wasn't all that much. Putting together all the change, it was about 7,000 yen. Of course, I had no idea how large this car's tank was. If there wasn't enough money, what would happen? Going by the price list shown, I believe we had enough for about 60 liters, but 38, 39, 40, 41. Even now, the meter was counting up without slowing down. Under normal conditions, this would have been something I wouldn't have worried about. But as I continued watching, I grew more and more nervous. Damn it, it's still going. Before I knew it, the numbers tumbled out. It's okay, it'll stop now. Huh? Yes, she said, when the meter was between 47 and 48, it stopped. Following that, it sounded like we were receipt being printed ran out, and once again, the part-time clerk came back. Sorry for the wait. It comes to 5,240 yen. Here. In my pocket, I took out a 5,000 yen bill with a crumpled 1,000 yen bill. Here's your change, 760 yen, and your receipt. Thank you very much. Putting the clerk's bright voice behind us, and once again pulled the car out onto the road before us. Once again, the server coupe ran. With this, I felt the urgent fear of the gas tank to be gone for the moment. And our remaining funds were just about 2,000 yen. To be exact, 2,760 yen. I was worried about that, but I was also curious about what happened just before. Hey, are you... Could it be that you know a lot about cars?
別に
Not particularly. Didn't you just say this was a 50 liter before? Of course, this much might just have been a guess or something. That was common knowledge. Or something that was common knowledge. However, previously the girl also knew about the roads. Also nagged by the fact that I took out the car registration on the dashboard. You would of course know this car's name, right?
それは質問
Is that a question? Well, you can think of it as a quiz.
インテグラタイプ R クーペ
Oh my god. That's correct. And specs?
99年式高速ミッション最高出力200馬力
Oh my god. I hadn't thought she would really answer. My eyes couldn't help but follow the words on the registration in my hand as the girl flatly continued speaking.
全長4380全幅 1695総排気量 1797cc まだ言うの
You want me to go on? No, that's enough. Correct. As I replied, I returned the registration to its place. Unbelievably, all the specs were exactly as recorded. It was very much something that I didn't think could be memorized. If asked why someone would, I couldn't begin to imagine. But right before my eyes, this girl answered. Moreover, considering the roads and the flowers from before, can you believe it? She knew about a wide variety of things. Hey, why do you know so much?
別にあなたより年上だからよ
With just that answer, once again the girl fell silent. Gazing out the window, she didn't give off an air that she would answer any new questions I raised. Older. It really didn't look it, but those were also the girl's words from before. Name, Satsumi. Blood type, O. Those are the words written on her white mono bracelet. And that she seemed to be older. That was little information I knew of her. When the sun was slowly setting, Silver Coupe continued running. Without a destination, without a place they needed to go, just simply moving forward. The issue of gasoline was fine, but the remaining money had mostly disappeared. Even counting the change, it was about 2,760 yen. thinking in terms of buying meals at convenience stores, it would last about 3 or 4 days. Hey, what should we do from now on?
質問の意味がわからない。
I mean, we don't have much money left.
だから
And so, the girl was as she always had been. She spoke while bringing the nigiri. I'm looking this up. Hang on a minute. Okay, so for those who are wondering, the pronunciation of nigiri is that nigiri. Apparently, it is a sushi consisting of a small ball of rice smeared with wasabi sauce and topped with raw fish or other seafood. That is a nigiri. I went to Google Translate and typed it in, and it's pronounced like this.
握り握り握り
That's all I can tell you guys. I'm just gonna keep it saying nigiri because it seems right to me. So, yeah. Apparently it's sushi. And also, just by continuing to drive like this, without a doubt, the gasoline was being used up. In reality, doing nothing, just standing still, might have been better. However, doing nothing, being unable to do anything, just staying still was painful. While thinking that, I kept driving. Wouldn't you think the father realized his car's gone? Like, they've been gone an entire day. You know, the doctors would have been like, hey, where's our 2 patients at? And then the father, hey, where's my car? But no! We don't hear anything about it. From previous experience driving on the smaller roads, it was about just 3 days before the gasoline ran out. The remaining 2,000 yen used to buy a favorite convenience store was also 3 to 4 days probably. Clearly, the end of things was coming into sight. Hey you. That place. Awajishima. Okay. That place, Awajishima. Was it? You want to go there? There's no reply, just usual gazing out the window as always. I might want to go a bit, maybe. Well, that's... Of course, from the start, we hadn't dashed out of the 7th floor with goal or plans. That was why, for me, going west, east, or wherever it was, it didn't matter. I was sure any place would have been fine. I just wanted some goal or direction. Or destination. When the day completely turned into night. I was in some... Pachinko Parlor's parking lot. Of course, I wasn't planning on making money off pachinko or slots. With its merely 2,000 yen, I knew it didn't stand a chance. However, if it were just 10 or 20,000 yen, it should be easy to steal that much. That was from my previous travels through pachinko parties, I guess. But just that much for the moment, it would be fine. From that, you might even be able to get to that Awajishima. That was why I spoke about my plans to the girl. How about it? Want to try?
Yeah.
I see. Alright. It was what was expected, but I was plainly refused. From the start, it wasn't if I was expecting anything from the girl. It was as if I had sought out her help. Explaining my plans to her was more like a declaration. Well then, wait a bit. Leaving her in the car, I walked towards the pachinko parlor alone. Inside the unexpectedly crowded shop, there were a number of machines, ball dispensers, and a fair amount of people here. Here and there were also a number of stacked cash boxes. Might just be right. Making that decision, I headed towards the slot corner. That was my target. After a while, scooting from the aisles, and examining the area, I found one machine. Some middle-aged man who definitely looked like an office worker had stacked 4 boxes by his feet, and above his head had another 2 stacked. Moreover, it was a corner machine, and neighboring machines were empty. From what I had seen from before, he also didn't seem to have come with friends or acquaintances. The conditions were lined up. Most likely in that state, even if 1 box by his feet were stolen, he wouldn't notice right away. If it was like similar shops, it should be worth some 20,000 yen. If we had just that, simply waiting intently for the office worker-like person to head to the restroom. Eventually, about when 30 minutes had passed, finally the man stood up from his seat. Quietly following after, I went to the restroom to make sure. Then in a rush, I quickly returned to the slot machine. Next, while checking the people who were playing the slots in the shop, staff slowly approached the machine. Then, in order to avoid suspicion, acting perfectly natural, I pulled up a cash box at my feet. And then into a tremendous sound raised as the slot coins scattered over the machine. Pulled it up was the plan. Now certainly, I raised it up once with these hands. However, unable to support the weight, I wound up dropping the entire box on the floor. And then all eyes looked over, wondering what caused the loud racket. I thought I heard the voices, felt the presence of people running over. However, those voices were heard from behind me. Already by that time, I was 2 meters in front of the shop exit. Slam. Pant. Starting on the engine, I slammed on the gas. Turning the wheel, I hurriedly pulled the car out. At that time, maybe because I had driven up on a curb or something, just that moment, I wound up ramming the rear. Whoops, I should have read that out loud. I'm so sorry. Can I go back? However, there wasn't... That's cool! However, there wasn't time to worry about that. I drove out onto the road in front of us. Phew! While rubbing my chest, which was almost out of breath, I drove the silver coupe along the now totally dark road. I was a bit worried about the spot that was hit before, but for now, getting away from that place had priority. Then, driving about 10 minutes, and when we were totally clear of the Pachinko Park, I stopped the car by some roadside and began inspecting the place that was hit earlier.
大丈夫?
It's probably nothing major. My phone just went off. Okay. From the passenger seat, the girl called to me, sounding just a tiny bit worried. While I inspected the damaged area, I answered. Looking at it, the rear bumper was slightly dented, and the muffler's tip was a bit cracked. With just this, there probably wouldn't be a problem driving. Phew. Feeling relief let out a sigh. So close. Immediately, I recalled the events in the Pachinko parlor. I had failed with just a little bit more to go, but if I did it well, next time I thought I could succeed. I figured that even though I hadn't been able to carry the cash box, that was only because I hadn't lifted heavy things in a while. If I were prepared from the start, I could probably manage.
勘違いしてるわね。
You're being mistaken. Eh?
今のあなたは以前のあなたとは違うはず。
The girl spoke words as if she were seeing clear through me. However, with a weight like that,
同じように考えない方がいい。
most likely what the girl was saying was right. I didn't want to admit it, but the me now was different from the me from before. Certainly with my strength reduced by this much, it was hard to believe I would succeed. And what should I do? that question, there came no answer. Just quiet gazing at the dark sky beyond the window. That probably was telling me to give up. Well, that was the end of chapter 3. So, till next time, stay fiery. Okay, so when I did the little after video thing, I kind of started blabbing on about the game, even though you guys obviously just saw me finish the game. So, yeah, this is cut from it, so it may not make sense at first, but now you know why. Thank you, and please watch to the end for a while, for a few videos after this, even if you don't usually, because I really want to get this new channel out. Anyway, here we go. What I actually want to talk about is the new channel we have up, known as IDK. For the past few episodes, you probably see me talk about IDK. But IDK is a new channel me and a couple of my friends have started, and we're going to do all kinds of stuff. I'll flash pictures on the screen. Or you would have already seen the first one anyway. I have to edit this video, and yeah. Anyway, what we have already up is a episode of IDK Creepy, where we talk about Ben Drowned on Cleverbot, which is really interesting. Later on, we're going to have some gaming reviews that I'm going to do. Danielle is going to be doing music reviews and like advice, whether relationship advice or whatever. I'm not positive, but you know. Noah is going to be doing movie reviews and something else. Can't remember what it was. But yeah, I really hope you guys check out the channel. It's linked on my main channel page. You go to my main channel page and you should see my other channels on the side. It's there, but also put a link to it in the description if I remember. So yeah. Till next time, stay fiery.